Well, here Tyler's back with another video I decided to do. Um, Before I get to this, tomorrow will be the last show before Night of Glory, and I'll do the 2 night format and all that. And then Thursday, my secret show, you will see E3 Guilty as Charged 2001. Like you already know about that. That's the last pit stop before we do Ruthless Aggression or WrestleMania. Basically, the ones after 20. That's 21, 20, 20, 23. You obviously know because I did Rumbles from 06, 05, 06, and 07, and then No Way Outs 05, 06, and 07. And going on from there. Anyways, so boss fights. We obviously been there before. Um, we'll get these ones out of the way. The obvious ones are the Mortal Kombat ones with Shao Kahn. The ones in MK2, both MK3 ones, and then we're not seeing again as a final boss till 2011 and for MK9. Yeah, these are really, he is really a tough boss in the like MK2 and the both versions of MK3 and all that. I obviously know if you play the Legacy Collection, you will get a rewind feature, and basically it won't be that hard, but he is really hard. Um, Other Mortal Kombat bosses like Shinnok wasn't that tough, but he wasn't that tough. And Shang Tsung's another one, like he was super easy, like MK12 and all that. And I'm not going through the whole rant about that again because we obviously know. Just, never mind. Um, Nicktoons, the three ones I meant talk about, Nicktoons Unite had, all different bosses. There's some sub ones in like the first level, and then the one when we get to the final one, which was that stupid bug. I freaking hate that one. And that robot, Flea. I hate that boss fight because it kept running away from you and all that, and kept jumping around and all that, and it was frustrating and all that. The final boss, and then you're fighting all four of the syndicate. That's Vlad, Plankton, Crocker, and Professor Calamitous from each character's and all that. Battle for Volcano Island, obviously the Magu. He is obviously a tough boss in that, but not really a tough boss. All you gotta do is hit him with the Rip Siver, and he's gone from that. There's not one Attack of the Toy Bots, because Attack of the Toy Bots is, well, let's be fair here, it's one of the worst ones in this trilogy. Not the, not, I might say the worst, I mean it's the worst one of the four because of that. Um, I mean, it's still a good game, but it's not my favorite one out of the four compared to the first two and the last one, which was Globs of Doom, which you fight, Globius Maximus, and then he becomes Glob Bob, and you fight the Syndicate in the one ship that they took away. They kicked the good guys out of. And there's also a secret ending to that if you're the baddies and all that. So it's like whoever wins, but mostly we just use the good guys and all that. Speaking of SpongeBob and all that, we all know a Battle for Volcano Island or Battle for Bikini Bottom, not Volcano Island. Too many battles. Battle for SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom has the console port has a robot SpongeBob. It's not that tough and all that. And then the movie was, King Neptune was under control of Plankton and all that. I love the one where they play the Goofy Goober, like the last part of it and all that. But and then what else? Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and you fight the Flying Dutchman. That's basically not that hard of a boss fight if you get it correctly and all that. Um, uh, the Cosmic Shake, you fight this. I forgot what her name was. Also, very much in MK11, there's Chronica, whatever her name is. It's not that difficult of a boss and all that. But anyways, yeah, I forgot what her name was. Times of the Tide is another one where you fight the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune at the same time and all that, but it's not that hard of a boss fight. Now, when we get to the two WWE games, I think of boss fights in those. Not really because they're wrestling games, really. You play who you want to play a fight because who you want to fight. But there's two separate modes. Like, there's the defeat the streak with Undertaker and all that. He was mostly a final boss in that. What's so difficult about this? Well, Undertaker is a little tougher than regular Undertaker. I mean, the only difference in that, when I get to the last portion of it, it's not gonna be that long of a video, but let's be honest here. You're just going one-on-one with the Undertaker, but this one, he has magic powers. Where if you hit a finisher on him, the lights will go out, he'll be right behind you. And then, he'll do like a choke slam on the ground and a Hell's Gates on the ground and all that. But it is a challenging one. What the hell was her name in? Her name is so blurred. I forgot. We'll get to the last one before I. Let me look it up. Let me. I actually saw it was Kersonia or something like that. What? Sorry, I mispronounced her name and all that, but whatever. Let's get to the last one. The Island in WTH 25. In the last chapter it is. Now, I'm not counting like those sub ones like the Legends one or the Y6 one and all that. In the final chapter in WTK 25, I'm gonna go through every chapter. The first chapter was Roman wants to find the next superstar. Then later on, later chapters, Roman and Paul Heyman were saying you're only gonna face three superstars and not enhancement talents and all that. But then the last one before we get to the final chapter is Roman wants to take over WWE with the whole island thing, and this led to you find four medallions from the Ghost of Paul Bear and other ones like weird, all that. But and then you finally get to the part where you place all four medallions on the statue of Roman, where the statue of Roman Reigns is, and this has a cutscene in it. Why am I talking about this right now? because this is the only part of the island that has a cutscene. This year's game has more cutscenes in it. You get attacked by Roman, and then Paul Heyman says you think you got a chance to beat Roman Reigns and all that. Now, why is this the most difficult boss in games? You're just fighting Roman Reigns, right? You've already mentioned this is not My Rise or something like that. This is the island we're talking about. Paul Heyman has these medallions, and he turns Roman Reigns into a supercharged version of him. So you fight 4 more versions of Roman Reigns and all that. If you do beat him, you finally get a cutscene where Paul Heyman is shocked that he saw Roman Reigns get defeated and all that, and we're still waiting to see if Roman Reigns does come back because of his defeat in the island last year. Who knows? Chapter 2 is not out yet. Did finish Chapter 1, which I already talked about in my 2K26 review. With all the orders of each faction and all that, but there's that. So yeah, that's all I have to say, really. Like I said, tomorrow will be episode 120 of Showdown, the last one before the biggest show of the year. Why March? I don't know. Something different. And, and like I said, Thursday on Signature show, you start clarification on that one. You'll see equally guilty as charged the other one, and all that. So there, like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel notification bell, and there. Bye.